Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, your relationships just don't grow the way you hope? What if I told you that a philosophy developed over 2,000 years ago holds the secret to creating deeper, more meaningful connections in today's fast-paced digital world? Enter Stoicism, an ancient yet timeless wisdom that can transform how we interact, understand, and bond with others. Imagine applying principles once used by emperors and great thinkers to your personal relationships. Stoicism teaches us that the foundation of any strong connection isn't grand gestures or constant agreement, but mutual respect, understanding, and the ability to manage our perceptions and reactions. In a world where conflicts and misunderstandings often seem inevitable, Stoicism offers clarity and stability. Whether you're struggling to connect with a colleague, seeking to deepen your bond with a partner, or simply yearning for more meaningful friendships, the Stoic approach equips you with tools too. But in reality, Stoicism is about engaging thoughtfully and meaningfully with the world and the people around us. It's about building relationships, not based on fleeting emotions or superficial gestures, but rooted in mutual respect, shared values, and understanding. You might wonder, how can a philosophy that emphasizes detachment and emotional control help us build stronger relationships? The answer is fascinating. Stoicism doesn't advocate suppressing emotions, but rather understanding and managing them so they don't overpower our reason. In relationships, this means being mindful of our reactions. It's not about acting impulsively out of anger or frustration, but stepping back, reflecting, and then responding with kindness and care. For instance, imagine having a disagreement with a friend. Instead of immediately defending your position, try seeing the situation from their perspective. Listen, not just to respond, but to truly understand. This practice of active listening and empathy can deepen relationships, fostering mutual respect and connection. Moreover, Stoicism helps us focus on what we can control in relationships. While we can't dictate the thoughts, feelings, or actions of others, we can control our own. This means choosing patience over impatience, understanding over judgment, and kindness over hostility. It's about being the best version of ourselves, regardless of how others behave. But building strong relationships isn't just about managing conflicts or being a good listener. It's also about sharing joys, celebrating successes, and supporting one another through challenges. Stoicism encourages us to appreciate the present moment and express gratitude for the people in our lives. By blending reflection with emotion, we engage with others in ways that are both respectful and grounded in self-awareness, creating relationships that are not only strong, but deeply satisfying. It's fascinating how our perceptions shape our reality, especially when it comes to our interactions with others. Stoicism offers a profound insight. It's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of those events. This simple idea can transform how we approach relationships. Let's break it down. Imagine you're waiting for a friend who's running late. There are many ways you could perceive this situation. You might think, they don't respect my time, and feel frustrated or angry. Or you could consider that something unexpected may have delayed them, recalling times when you've been late yourself. This shift in perception can lead to feelings of patience and understanding rather than irritation. This is where Stoic control comes into play. We often try to control things beyond our reach, like the actions or thoughts of others. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, perceptions, and reactions. When applied to relationships, this creates a calmer, more harmonious environment for ourselves and those around us. For example, during a misunderstanding or disagreement, our first instinct might be to blame the other person or the situation. The Stoic approach invites us to look inward and reflect. But it's not just about managing negative situations. The power of perception and control also plays a crucial role in appreciating the positive aspects of our relationships. By consciously focusing on the positive qualities of others and the joyful moments we share, we cultivate a mindset of gratitude and optimism. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about balancing awareness to appreciate the good while addressing challenges. This mindset fosters healthier, more positive dynamics in every relationship. The Stoic practice of reframing our thoughts and focusing on what we can control has the potential to radically transform our relationships. By embracing this philosophy, we become less reactive, more understanding, and better at appreciating the people in our lives. So, the next time you feel upset or frustrated in a relationship, ask yourself, is this within my control? Can I view this situation from a different perspective? This simple shift, temperance. Temperance, or self-control, is about finding balance. In relationships, it means avoiding emotional extremes, whether overdependence or emotional withdrawal, and maintaining a healthy equilibrium between giving and receiving. Temperance helps us regulate our emotions so they don't dictate our actions, enabling us to nurture supportive yet empowering connections. This balance fosters resilience and ensures that relationships remain both fulfilling and sustainable. When we integrate these Stoic values into our relationships, we cultivate an environment rooted in mutual respect, understanding, and care. This leads to deeper, more meaningful connections both personally and professionally. So the next time you interact with someone, a colleague, friend, or partner, remember to embody wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These aren't abstract ideals. They're practical tools that can transform your relationships for the better. Now let's talk about emotions. Stoicism is often misunderstood as suppressing feelings. But in reality, it teaches us to understand and manage them wisely. Emotions play a vital role in our relationships, and Stoicism equips us to navigate them with skill and compassion. First, recognize that emotions themselves are not the issue. It's how we respond to them that matters. For instance, anger is natural, but Stoicism encourages us to pause and reflect before reacting. That moment of reflection empowers us to choose a response aligned with our values, strengthening our relationships rather than harming them. Stoicism also invites us to examine the beliefs behind our emotions. Often, our emotional reactions stem from perceived threats to our values or expectations. By understanding these triggers, we can address the root causes of our emotions, communicate our needs more clearly, and foster empathy in our relationships. Empathy is a cornerstone of emotional intelligence in any relationship. Stoicism inspires us to consider others' perspectives deeply. By doing so, we can respond with kindness, support, and emotional depth, which strengthens trust and deepens bonds. Moreover, Stoicism doesn't advocate repressing emotions, but rather understanding and expressing them constructively. Open, honest communication about our feelings is essential for building intimacy and reinforcing the connections we share with others. Managing emotions is a skill that requires time and practice, As we become more adept at navigating our feelings and responding with intention, our relationships grow more resilient and satisfying. Stoicism empowers us to build stronger, more compassionate connections by fostering self-awareness and wise emotional management. Finally, let's not overlook the importance of communication and trust in any relationship. These form the bedrock upon which everything else is built. Without solid communication and mutual trust, even the strongest relationships can falter. From a Stoic perspective, communication goes beyond mere words. It involves active listening, understanding, and responding in ways that nurture connection. Trust is equally vital, allowing us to be vulnerable, open, and authentic with one another, forming the foundation of all healthy relationships. True connection transcends superficial exchanges. It's about sharing thoughts, emotions, and values with honesty, clarity, and respect. Stoicism teaches us a crucial lesson. Listen not just to respond, but to deeply understand. It demands our full presence in every conversation, acknowledging others' perspectives with attention and responding with wisdom. In a world filled with distractions, practicing mindful, intentional communication can transform our relationships, making them stronger and more meaningful. Communication is not merely about listening. It's equally about expressing ourselves with authenticity. Yet, this can be daunting, especially when navigating delicate topics or attempting to resolve conflicts. Stoicism equips us with the courage to speak truthfully, gracefully, and tactfully. When we approach difficult conversations with wisdom and respect, we don't just aim to solve problems. We forge deeper trust and genuine connection. Trust is the invisible bridge that unites hearts and minds. Like any bridge, it requires a solid foundation and constant maintenance. It's the certainty that together we can weather any storm, overcome challenges, and emerge stronger. This kind of trust provides a profound sense of security and belonging, the very essence of a thriving connection. In an era dominated by superficial interactions, forming meaningful relationships may feel daunting. Yet Stoic wisdom offers timeless principles for cultivating deep and lasting bonds. One of the greatest gifts we can offer others is our full presence. In a world rife with constant distractions, being truly present, both mentally and emotionally, lays the groundwork for deeper connections. This means listening actively, engaging sincerely, and valuing the time we share with others. When people feel heard and understood, trust and intimacy naturally flourish. It's the certainty that together we can weather any storm, overcome challenges, and emerge stronger. This kind of trust provides a profound sense of security and belonging, the very essence of a thriving connection. In an era dominated by superficial interactions, forming meaningful relationships may feel daunting. Yet Stoic wisdom offers timeless principles for cultivating deep and lasting bonds. One of the greatest gifts we can offer others is our full presence. In a world rife with constant distractions, being truly present, both mentally and emotionally, lays the groundwork for deeper connections. This means listening actively, engaging sincerely, and valuing the time we share with others. When people feel heard and understood, trust and intimacy naturally flourish. Shared experiences and common values also strengthen bonds. Stoicism encourages us to align our actions with our core principles and seek out those who share them. Whether through acts of service, shared passions, or spiritual growth, these connections are rooted in meaning and purpose. Embracing vulnerability is another cornerstone of authentic relationships. While society often equates vulnerability with weakness, Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in openness. When we allow ourselves to be seen as we truly are, with flaws, fears, and all, we invite others to do the same. This mutual exchange fosters trust, empathy, and genuine camaraderie. Expressing gratitude deepens our relationships, reinforcing the value we see in others. By appreciating the presence, efforts, and kindness of those around us, we not only strengthen existing bonds, but also attract more meaningful connections into our lives. Gratitude nurtures a culture of respect and care, making relationships more resilient and fulfilling. Deep and meaningful relationships are not a destination, but an ever-evolving journey. Stoicism reminds us that connection requires continuous effort, resolving conflicts wisely, nurturing mutual growth, and being there for one another. By tending to our relationships with the same dedication we devote to our personal growth, we ensure they remain strong, enriching, and enduring. Our relationships anchor us in this ever-changing world, providing joy, strength, and purpose. The pursuit of deep connection reflects our shared humanity, our capacity to empathize, understand, and love. By embracing Stoic principles, we cultivate bonds that not only withstand the test of time, but also flourish, bringing richness and meaning.